Hey, listen, anybody that knows me will probably tell you that I am probably the most ordinary human being that you're ever going to meet. But this right here, by all measures, is an extraordinary car. Hey family, I have a special request. Listen, this is our very first episode of the Wastegate, and we are racing towards our first 100 subscribers. And for that to happen, I need you to press the like, share, and subscribe button. Doesn't hurt you, but it helps the algorithm push out material just like this to you. And, you know, it does a favor to our page. So press that button and let's get back to the information. Welcome to the Wastegate. This is our very first episode, and this is a platform where we talk about cars, but not just car reviews. We tell stories of ordinary people that purchase extraordinary cars. Now, we're going to talk about 0 to 60, sure, but we're not going to drill down so deep to start talking about compression ratios and how this or that car ranks in a class. We're going to talk about the myths, the strategies, and the follow suit, the mindset even that people need or fail to have that keeps them out of that car that they're aspiring to. So buckle up, and we're going to start with a review of my very own car. Okay, let's get right into it. By the way, my friends call me Manish, and you can too. And we're going to start our interview with Erica, my beautiful, beautiful Gentian Blue Porsche 992 Turbo. Our very first review. Let's talk about what we have here. I got to tell you, I absolutely adore this car. 3.8 liter flat six engine in the back, pumping out 572 horsepower, somewhere in the range of 500 and I believe 33 foot-pounds of torque. Don't hold me to that. What I can tell you, absolutely, without a doubt, is the driving experience that this car gives me is unmatched. And I got to tell you, this car has all the options. Carbon ceramic brake upgrades. It has on the interior, let's start with the Porsche exclusive manufacturer leather upgrade, which covers virtually everything in the car in the highest quality of leather that Porsche makes. Deviated stitching across the dashboard, heated steering wheels, night vision, just to say the least. And it also has upgraded sound system by Burmeister. That being said, you can't just drive it off the lot, know that you're going to speed, and don't have protection. So some of the aftermarket features that this car has added, among what may be adjustments under the hood, is equipped with with laser jammers and radar detection. So how much does a supercar like this cost? Well, the MSRP on it is about too damn much. About the cost of a marriage, a broken home, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But that's neither here nor there. In fact, it may be both here and there, but hey, look, here's the fact. What really matters is on this channel, we're going to share information. We're going to share practices and mindsets that will allow you to move from where you are to that dream car that you're trying to get to. So take a moment, and I'm going to tell you my personal story on how I got to not just this, but the dream cars even before this one. So hang on and let's go. Now, is this my dream car? Well, heck yeah, it is. But you know what? This is just one of several dream cars that I've had the privilege of owning. My very first car that I would call my dream car was a E60 BMW M5. Yeah, you know the one. Naturally aspirated V10 motor. Oh my God, it had the clunky SMG transmission. Man, that was the thing that dreams were made of. And my first experience seeing this car was at a poker tournament. Well, it wasn't really a poker tournament. It was a poker game in a garage of one of my partner's homes. But I'm losing my mortgage playing poker, and I go outside to take a break, and what do I see? This black M5 sitting in the driveway, and it was like love at first sight. And the first thing I thought was, yep, that's definitely going to be a dream, because you will never afford that. I mean, I was newly married. had a couple of children, and my job, while it was a very good job, it couldn't float that car. In fact, that car was probably a year's, maybe a little more than a year's worth of my salary on this very good pharmaceutical job. So the dream stayed a dream. It just went silent, went dormant, but it was still a dream. Periodically, because, that was a very, very expensive car, and it was, not something that you would see from day to day. I would pass one or see one somewhere on vacation and just think, wow, I really love that car. But in my mind, I knew I'd never have that car. And that was a problem. You see, here's the thing that I didn't realize is that the cars, the boats, the houses, whatever it is that you want, those things don't care who have them. They just care who's willing to do what it takes to get them. They're going to go through who wants them. Okay. So you know what? Life happens. So time goes by and I find myself being the recipient of some catastrophic life issues. The death of family, the death of marriage, the death of careers, just the death of everything. Total destruction. It was devastation, calamity on every hand. I got to tell you, I experienced bad luck that was on biblical proportion. But here's what happened. Brick by brick by brick, I had to dig out. Why? Did I have some newfound courage? No. I was in survival mode. I had to survive. And because I had no other options, I found myself developing my own enterprise and having a little success. Few and far between success, but it was success. And as time went by, I had some learnings. I had some positive experiences. During this time, it seemed like, wow, more negative experiences than anything else. But the positive experiences came. The right people came into my life at the right time, and those wins start coming closer and closer together. And here's what I realized. After time went by, I realized, man, I'm not struggling nearly like I was before. It continued to happen. There were still challenges, but I found myself in better and better circumstances. Ultimately, I was right there with an opportunity to buy that M5. But still, I didn't. Why? Well, life circumstances and experiences had conditioned my mind to think that I don't deserve to have that shiny thing. So even having the resources, having the ability to get this car that I've just lusted over for many years, I still paused, hesitated. But eventually, I got that car. I flew to Houston, Texas and purchased that car. And when I got the keys to that car and got on the interstate, oh my God, the commercials were absolutely right. BMW had it. That car was the ultimate driving experience. That was a dream car that I finally got. It was no longer a dream, and it was worth it. And what did that teach me? Well, I learned that a dream delayed is not a dream denied. It's just a whole lot of work between where I was, my reality, to where I needed to be with the dream. So there it is. That's my story, which is not unlike the stories many others have out there. But you just heard, in my case, a story of an ordinary guy with an extraordinary car. And this can be your story as well. So stay tuned for future episodes of The Wastegate, because we're going to continue to talk about the mindsets, the resources, and the myth that are all involved in you getting from where you are to that dream car you aspire to have. So again, please like, share, and subscribe to this page, and we hope to see you on future episodes.